Hello everybody and welcome back to a video. In today's video we're going to talk about Bernie Sanders, Mr. Bernie. And I'm not going to go into a deep strategy video with Bernie. And to be honest with you, the past few weeks I haven't really been following his campaign. His campaign really hasn't made much news as far as just me casually following politics. It's mostly been Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren's had her fair share of news, Kamala Harris as well. So Bernie's kind of been on the back burner for me, but I am going to talk in this video in regards to how the 2016 race for Bernie probably much easier than this race in my opinion. And we'll kind of go into a little, I guess, just the field for one, and just also all of the progressive lanes being a little bit more cluttered for Bernie, and how he can, I guess, differentiate himself from other progressive candidates, and what he needs to do in order to, you know, mount a upswing in his polling and that sort of thing. So let's just take a look briefly about 2016. And, you know, I'm not going to go into all the controversy around 2016. But we're just going to talk about right now. I mean, we're seeing this, right? This is the field currently. Good old New York Times showing up to date who's still in. Some of these were like, why? But, you know, they're going to hang around probably till December. Maybe even before that, drop out. So once that money runs up, they're going to be gone. This was it. Started 2016. 3 candidates, basically. You know, Chafee and Webb got out. I don't even know who Lessig is, but O'Malley was still in there when contests were going. But shortly thereafter, O'Malley gets out, and it's just a Clinton-Sanders race to the finish, right? And we all know the controversy around that. We're not going to get into that, but just strictly numbers-wise, you know, just way less. And that's going to be a challenge for them. And I think really just the challenge is trying to stay relevant. I mean, a lot of people that I watch on the progressive side on YouTube, the more alternative, independent types, kind of dog mainstream media as far as like throwing Sanders under the bus, not giving him much coverage, and that sort of thing. So I don't know if it's that or if it's his campaign not trying to keep him relevant in the day-to-day news cycle and that sort of thing, but he definitely has to be a little bit more aggressive right now, and I think he has to come out swinging in these debates for sure. He just needs a few sound bites here and there that really resonate with the news cycle and keeps his name out there. Definitely, he definitely wants to position himself as the alternative choice to Biden. I don't know how he does that. A lot of people say, you know, he's just Hillary 2.0. So I don't know what you could go there as far as his strategy going into that. But we'll take a look at this polling. You can see here too, you know, this time before the 2016, so in the June part, here we go, June 2015, he was only about 11 points from Hillary Clinton. But since he could ride that avenue as like, he wasn't part of the establishment, he was more of a alternative candidate, and he really rode the progressive socialist type message. He really started nipping at her heels here, started becoming a real contender once the primaries start opening up. You can see got really close here. I mean, in April, it's like, it's in a neck and neck fight. So you can see when it's not a crowded field like this, he really can make some headway in taking that progressive, socialistic, definitely more left of establishment type role, type of platform. But now with this field so congested, and you have all of these contenders with all kinds of different visions, voices, and not everybody is just like cookie cutter, right? Everybody has wide spanning views on things, and everybody's just trying to find their voice in this hot mess of a field. and it's more difficult for Bernie because, I mean, Bernie can definitely be, you know, has some pizzazz, but, you know, his personality really is more of a like behind the scenes type dude, and he kind of really doesn't like the limelight, you know. So it's easy for him to slip behind like that. So when it's a crowded field, I do see it more of a challenge for him. You know, he is backed heavily financially, but, you know, in 2016, I didn't really realize this, but in 2016, he had almost as much money as Hillary Clinton here. You know, he raised on his own a little bit above. Now, granted, from outside groups, Hillary just like freaking ran it, 84 million. He couldn't compare, you know, he couldn't mess with that. So, you know, he spent 220 million. She spent 212. This is all reported. You never know if that's a little bit more, a little bit less, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, war chest wise, he was right there with Hillary. So I don't know. Maybe he missed the boat on 2016. And like I said, we're not gonna get into the controversy surrounding that. I mean, it was definitely suspect for sure. But it's going to be a challenge. 2020 is not just going to be a showdown between Biden and Bernie, in my opinion. I think there's going to be some wild cards come out. I think there's going to be some people that you didn't see coming, some people that are going to stay a little bit longer than you had thought, and it's really going to be a convoluted mess when we come to January. So stay tuned for some videos. I'm going to do some strategy type videos, especially once we get closer to the debates. And let me know what you think about Bernie's campaign. And I think for all of these candidates, really, especially Biden, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Biden's strategy. And I've made a previous Biden strategy. But to be honest, all of these candidates, you need to swing for the fences. I think you just lay it out there and you put it all out there. No taking it easy, no taking the safe route, none of that. I think you gotta just go for it. And I think you'll see the candidates that do that and stay true to themselves and push forward are going to be the ones that see the best results. So let me know what you think about this race so far. Like I said, this is being recorded in middle of June, so we have a long way to go here. I know Biden said this is a marathon, and he's totally right. This is definitely a marathon, so a poll here, poll there. Don't freak out about it. And we'll see what happens in these debates. Looking forward to it, and I hope you all have a good rest of the evening, and take care, and check me out again. Peace out.